Hey guys, Boris Lots from BK Forex. Welcome to our daily Forex technicals for 429.13. As always, trading foreign exchange on margin carries high level risk, but we suitable for investors. So I invite you to read the disclaimer very, very carefully. Stop the video if you need to, and look at all of the risks associated with trading foreign exchange on margin. Well, the story today, Euro takes out 131 in European session. Much better risk flows as we start Europe. We actually started off um, kind of a little bit to the downside in Asia, and it came right back up, roaring. We were talking about the fact that let's just go to the 30-minute chart to see this a little bit better. That the 3080 level was a key level, key first level to take out right over here, and we seem to have been doing a relatively good job right now of taking that level out. That's been a lower resistance for the last couple of days. We cleared this out through 3100. The next level to take out is going to be 3125, and then past that, of course, we start running towards the 3200. It makes it a much, much stronger move in the euro to the upside. That seems to be the big story right now without very much news flow. It's just basically better risk, better sentiment as we open up the day. Right over here is the 3125. That's the next level of resistance we need to be looking at. And of course, that takes out, we go up to 3200s on a power move. It's actually a little bit of a gappy, and the thing is, we haven't even filled in the gap on the open, which is relatively bullish for the time being, because the farther we run away from the gap, the stronger the possibility is that we can go to the upside towards these targets as the day proceeds. Conversely, dollar yen opened up weaker and actually went down to test. I think didn't quite test the 90. Well, sorry, it did 97.50. Tested it, came back up. Now we're having a retrace rally back towards the 9800. But generally, dollar yen, after giving up 9900, as we talked about, failure at the 100 level again, just simply has been distributing and coming in. 98 becomes resistance. 98.50 going to become much more serious resistance. That was basically support that was broken yesterday. So it's going to be a long road to hoe for dollar yen. Although it seems to have found a little bit of support here at 97.50 level. 96.50 was the value proposition level. So if what's happening right now is that we're setting up a set of higher lows, that may be at least a little bit of sign of souls for yen bulls, in the sense that you could imagine this is a near-term bottom, and we could be consolidating here as we start to make another attempt to go to the upside. Conversely, we start breaking 97.50 to the downside end of the day, or perhaps tomorrow. That really opens up the possibility of us a full retest of this 96.50 value proposition zone from a couple of weeks ago, actually. On the other side, cable is another really strong performer today, taking out the 55 finally, and holding it. Remember, we talked about the fact that we took out the 54s and had very little retrace on Friday. Friday just basically held the levels between 54.50 and 55. That corridor was very, very strong today. We finally ran through the numbers and went all the way up to the 50, 55 30s. Cable, though, is notorious for doing this, where it takes out major key levels and then begins reversals just to shake out the weak longs or the weak shorts, depending on how it's trading. If you look at just sort of the 6 months time frame, you see that this is a very, very powerful recovery back up to the key shelf from which it fell earlier. So the key thing there now is, if we have enough power, we certainly could power up all the way to 5600s. But as we get into this 55, 57 corridor, I think naturally you're going to see more profit taking start place the higher we go. So congestion and perhaps a little bit of profit taking back down below the 55s, and a retest at this point now of the support of 54s, not improbable. But cable definitely looks strong in the near term as we start pushing everything up. And then Aussie also following everybody in step, not nearly as strong as euro or cable, and still very much, and this is the really critical thing, very much underneath the 103.50 level. This is where it needs to get above in order to reassert its positive flow, its more bullish stance. It does have higher lows, definitely clearly. We made some higher lows, the 102.50s, but for Aussie to trade with conviction to the upside, we really need to take out the 103.50, which has been the key resistance level, former support level, now key resistance level, and that would be a full recovery that would give open scope for further run to the upside as the day progresses. So it's kind of how things shape up. We don't have too much news on the market today, but we do have a very positive risk sentiment as we start the day. And let's see how it trades out for the rest of the day. This is Boris Schlossberg for BK Forex, over and out. Oh, sorry, one last thing. Of course, please, as always, trading foreign exchange and margin carries a high level risk when not suitable for investors. So I invite you to read this disclaimer very, very carefully to understand the full risks of trading FX.